Welcome back, dear members, physically present here and virtually as well. So I'm sure that you all had a excellent lunch, which was organized by Bangalore branch ICI. I'm pretty sure the session which is going to be the next session, it will be much better, and you are going to enjoy it a lot, right? So it is my pleasure to introduce the resource person, Mr. Shriram Sagar. I invite you upon the stage, sir. Can we welcome him with a round of applause, please? Shriram SS is a chartered accountant practicing in Sagra. He is a fellow member of the institute. He is graduated in BCom from LB and SBS College Sagar. He completed his articleship under BV Ravindranath, Chartered Accountants, Sagar. Practicing in Sagar from last 9 years, he has been specialized in the field of cooperative society and GST. He has completed certificate course conducted by ICAI on goods and service tax, concurrent audit of banks, preparation of appeals, drafting of deeds and documents. He has served as executive member of KSCAA in the capacity of chairman of Student Welfare Committee for the year 2015-16. He also served as executive member of KSCAA in the capacity of chairman of Moffisil Program Committee for the year 2016-17 and 2017-18. He has served as the convener of Moffisil Program Committee of KSCAA for the year 2019-20. Presently, he is serving as the chairman of Cooperative and NPO Committee of KSCAA for the year 2021. Presently, he is serving as a professional director of Sri Ganapati Urban Cooperative Society, Sagar. He is a faculty for cooperative audit programs conducted by Bangalore branch of ICI, Bellary branch of ICI, Hubli branch, and also Belgaum branch of ICI. He is a faculty for GST and given many lectures on different topics in GST in various forums such as trade associations, chartered accountants associations, tax practitioners association. A very warm welcome to the knowledgeable person, Mr. CA Shriram Sagar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pramod, for a lovely introduction. Good afternoon. Is it audible? So I can understand which is very hard to accept the session, post-lunch session. But it is inevitable. I have to deliberate my lecturing and you have to listen my lecturing. So first of all, the topics given to me is important provisions of Karnataka Cooperative and so are the Cooperative. But here I had highlighted in a red font for audit because we are all the auditors. So whatever the important provisions in Cooperative as well as so are the Cooperative for audit, I am discussing today. These are the areas that I'm going to cover for today's session. One is preparation of panel of auditors. Next one is selection of auditors, auditing of cooperative, reporting of cooperative, important provisions and others, frequently asked questions, FAQs. So let me go through the calendar of events in the cooperative audit. First, appointment will be done in the AGM. Next, submission of appointment letter within 7 days of completion of AGM, both for the auditor and as well as the department. Next one is submission of records to the auditors within April 30th. So April 30th every year, they have to submit the records and books of accounts. Submission of A statement. So it has to be submitted to the concerned DD or JD monthly. 1st May, 1st June, 1st July, 1st August and 1st September. Next, completion of audit, you have to complete within 31st August. Submission of audit report within September 1st. Conducting the AGM, September 25th. Submission to the registrar is September 30th. So this is the entire calendar of events for the cooperative audit. Before going to the topic, I want to just put upon light upon the today's session that I'm not going to discuss Savar the cooperative because it is almost replica to the Cooperative Act also. So I am highlighting the Cooperative Act. There are very small changes. So I can say more than 90% of the Cooperative Act is same as Savar the Act. As the time is the constraint, so I am going for only through the Cooperative Audit. Only the section is difference. Under Cooperative Act, it is section 63. In Savarda, it is section 33. In Cooperative Act, the audit riding rule is rule 29, and in the Savarda, it is rule 8. So this is the small changes, but rest of the things will be remain same. And one more request, as the organizer permit only 45 minutes for me, so I don't go much through about the first two agenda, that is preparation of panel of auditors and selection of auditors, because it is almost done with these things, because already I had enrolled with the department and audit selection process is all known to you. So I am just in couple of minutes, I will finish it off these two agenda, and then I will go through the main aspect of auditing of cooperative society. Preparation of panel of auditors. Section 63(1), who is the competent authority? Director of Cooperative Audit shall be the authority competent to prepare and maintain the list of auditors. So he is a competent authority. So in order to empanel, you have to give the records and submit the records, all your CA, COP, as well as application for enrollment like that to the Director of Cooperative Audit. And he will prepare the list of auditors. 29B, this is the rule. Inviting application for the empanelment, Director of Cooperative Audit shall give a public notification in the widely circulated Kannada newspaper and through departmental website, that is Sahakara Darpana, inviting application from the chartered accountants and firm chartered accountants processing the requisite qualification and experience. 29B sub-rule 2, which says publishing in the website, the Director of Cooperative Audit shall scrutinize the application what we have submitted and prepare the list of eligible auditors and auditing firms and publish the same in the departmental website, that is nothing but Sahakara Darpana. For your better understanding, I had colored the font in red color because it will be very catchy. If you know this word or this sentence in the particular section, your entire section will be understood very easily. So Rule 29B, sub-rule 3, classification of cooperative society. Cooperative society has been categorized into 3, A, B, C. So based on the turnover as well as the working capital. In the same way, chartered accountants and auditors are also classified into A, B, C based on the experience. How? Society having more than 25 crores working capital or turnover can be audited by a chartered accountant who is classified as a category chartered accountant whose experience is more than 10 years. Society more than 10 crore and less than 25 crore working capital or turnover categorized as B category, and it can be audited by a chartered accountant who is B category chartered accountant who has experience of 5 years. And society having less than 10 crore working capital or turnover can be audited by a chartered accountant whose experience is more than 3 years. This is all post-qualification experience, not articleship experience is not considered here. And here another thing is a category chartered accountant can do the audit of B and C, A, B and C, all the 3 category audit can be done. But coming to a B category chartered accountant can do only audit of B category societies and C category societies. And C category auditor or chartered accountant can do only C category societies. Categorization of auditors and grouping of cooperative society shall be made or updated every year. So every year it will be get updated as per the rules. 29B sub-rule 3, continuation in the panel. The enlistment of the auditors or auditing firm shall be valid till such period he withdraw his name and he is disqualified. Unless he is disqualified or he has withdrawn his name, he will be empaneled in the panel. Further, the Director of Cooperative Audit shall enlist any auditor or auditing firm on an application made by the concerned in the format prescribed if the applicant satisfies the required condition. That means it is ongoing process. There is no any cutoff that you have to give the application within so and so date. There is no cutoff. It is ongoing process. If you completed the 3 years as on this day, you are eligible and you can submit the application and you get enrolled. Eligibility for empanelment. What is the eligibility? A chartered accountant completed 3 years of experience. Office must be situated in Karnataka and he must know the Kannada language. These 3 conditions are mandatory in order to get empaneled for a cooperative audit. This is nothing but same as Companies Act. If you are an officer or employee, a person who is a member, these are all bar from taking the cooperative audit assignment. Same. So I'm going for the next slide. Disqualification of auditors, same. Vacancy, an auditor or auditing firm ceases to hold the office when he resigns or complete his term of office. That is continuous 2 years office audit, then he will not be continued for the next year. So unless these 2 things, the auditor or auditing firm vacancy, casual vacancy will not be there. Updating the list of cooperative, the director of cooperative shall update the list of cooperative societies of every district as on 1st April every year, reconcile it with the register of cooperative societies of that district. That means categorization. Say, for example, if the cooperative society's working capital is 9 crore for 2021, now it may be for 11 crore or 10.5 crore. So the categorization must be upgraded to B category. So it will be done on 1st April every year by the registrar. Selection of auditors. Section 63(1) is the riding section where it gives the power that a cooperative society shall get its accounts audited at least once in a year before 1st September following the close of the cooperative year from the panel of auditors and auditing firms approved by the director of cooperative audit. This is also very important because in recent past, there are many incidents that even a article clerk has also audited and signed the cooperative audit report. So it will not be a valid audit report. So for that reason, it is the duty of the society to select the auditors from the list of the cooperative society auditors in the Sakara Darpana, and then they have to select in their AGM. 63(2) appointment of auditors. The general body of every cooperative society shall at its general meeting appoint an auditor. That is very important. Only AGM has the power to appoint a chartered accountant or auditor for the cooperative society. That means ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ಗಳಿದೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗಳು, ಕನ್ನಡ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಓಕೆನೋ? ಎಸ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬೋರ್ಡಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಪವರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ರೆಸಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಸಂಡೇ. ಏನೋ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಏನೋ ಫ್ರಾಡ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಏನೋ ಇದಾಯಿತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಇದೇ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನವ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಆಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ invalid because general body has not appointed you, because board has appointed you. Whether the board has the power? No. So general body has to appoint the auditor. So there is no excuse. So ಯಾರೇ ಆ ಥರ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿದ್ರು ರೆಸಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಆಡಿಟ್ ಯಾರನ್ನ ನೀವು ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರ ಆಡಿಟರ್ನ, ಅವರನ್ನ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕಲಿ ನೇಮನ್ನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಚಾರ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಚಾರ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಫರ್ಮ್. At the same time, fees also. So fees, they have to prescribe in the resolution. That will be later in the upcoming slides. It will be delivered. Proviso. In case the selection of auditor is not done the AGM, what is the recourse? If the society failed to appoint an auditor auditing firms in its general body, then Director of Cooperative Audit, after giving an opportunity in writing to such society and after confirming that society has not appointed the auditor auditing firm, may appoint. That means Director Sumoto can't do any appointment of chartered accountants or auditors for doing the audits. He will ask for the concerned society whether the appointment has been done or not. After then itself, he may, that too, that is not shall, he may appoint. So in case if you want to appoint, once again, you convene a special general body meeting and you can appoint another auditor. It is also possible. So general body has the supreme power to appoint the auditor. Selection of auditor. General body of every cooperative society shall select auditor or auditing firm from the list of eligible auditors or auditing firms in the respective panel of auditors published in the departmental website in Sakara Darpana. But the same person shall not be appointed as an auditor or auditing firms of the same cooperative society for more than 2 years consecutively. That means a chartered accountant or chartered account firm can do the audit maximum continuously for 2 years. There must be minimum 1 year break after 2 years. Removal of difficulty orders. If the society audit is pending for 1 or more years, then with the prior approval of the Director of Cooperative Audit, the society may appoint an auditor for all the pending years, and that too, such appointment is considered as single appointment. As I earlier told, maximum 2 consecutive years, chartered accountant can do the audit. But in this case, before 2013, there was an issue. ತುಂಬ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗಳು ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಷಗಳದ್ದು ಆಡಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು 10 ವರ್ಷ 15 ವರ್ಷ. ಈವನ್ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚುವರಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಪರಿಶೋಧನೆ ಅಂತ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು 10 ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ 2011 ಇಂದ 10 ವರ್ಷ 12 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಮೂವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕಬಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ 1213. ಸೊ 12-13 ಹಿಂಗಡದ ಏನಾರು ಆಡಿಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ROD ಇದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಬಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. I don't know what is the validity or sanctity of that particular appointment order issued by the director, but this is the case. This ROD is applicable for only audit pendings for before 1213 financial year. Intimation of appointment. As I already told in the calendar of events, Rule 29B sub Rule 8 says, the CEO of the society shall communicate the appointment of the auditor auditing firm within 7 days from the date of general body meeting to the auditor and the Director of Cooperative Audit. It is their duty. Audit of new cooperative society. Once again, selection of auditor, it is the sole duty or sole responsibility of the general body meeting. So in its first general body meeting, it has to appoint. There is no other recourse. The board can appoint nothing. It has to be appointed in its general body meeting itself, that too in its first general body meeting. Casual vacancy. In case of death, disqualification or retirement of such auditors. So nowadays this is quite common. Before COVID, there is no such death cases, and even now tumba jana panel inda tegedakta idare. So this is one of the disqualification of the auditors. Amela retirement, that is 2 years. So ee tara case alli casual vacancy create adavaga what is the recourse? In that case, the society has to convene a special general body meeting within 1 month from such incident and appoint another auditor. So as and when you got the information that you had been removed from the panel, you have to intimate the society and they have to convene one special general body meeting and they have to appoint some other auditor. There is no other recourse. Fixation of fees, section 63(19). Once again, it says, remuneration of the auditor or auditing firm of the cooperative society shall be borne by the society and shall be such rate as may be fixed by the general body of the society. Once again, general body has the power to fix the remuneration of the auditor, subject to there is a guidelines. Rule 30 says, remuneration payable to the auditor or auditing firms for the auditing of the accounts of the cooperative society of any cooperative year shall be fixed by the general body of the society based on the working capital and turnover as per the guidelines issued by the Director of Cooperative Audit from time to time. Until 30th 1 2017, there was lot of hitch. That means ಒಬ್ಬರು ಆಡಿಟರ್ ನಾನು 10,000 ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತವರು, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಆಡಿಟರ್ ನಾನು 2,000 ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 30th 1 2017, the circular or the guidelines has been revised saying that the negotiation word has been removed. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನಿತ್ತು, ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ನೆಗೋಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು ಆಡಿಟ್ ಫೀಸನ್ನು. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆ ನೆಗೋಷಿಯೇಷನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದ್ರು. ಸೊ ನೌ ಆನ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ the fees has to be as per the guidelines value. What is that guidelines value? Up to 10 crore, 0.1% of the working capital or turnover, up to maximum of 75,000. So if the society's turnover or working capital is up to 10 crore, 0.1% or maximum 75,000. Say it is for 10 crore working capital. So as per this, 0.1% will come to 1 lakh. You can't charge 1 lakh because maximum ceiling is there, that is 75,000. So 75,000 will be the audit fees. Same, more than 10 crore and less than 50 crore, 75,000 plus 0.05% above 10 crore, but subject to maximum of 1,50,000. So if the turnover of working capital is in between 10 crore and 50 crore, it will be maximum 1,50,000. If the turnover working capital is more than 50 crore and less than 100 crore, 1,50,000 plus 0.05% above 50 crore, subject to maximum of 2.5 lakh. If the working capital or turnover is more than 100 crore, then maximum is be 10 lakh. So say a cooperative society, it is a category society having working capital of 1,000 crores. So maximum fees will be 10 lakh. That's it. Without any TADA. Section 63(9), auditors to attend the general body. Auditor or auditing firm shall have the right to receive all notices and every communication relating to general body meeting of the cooperative society, and at the cost of cooperative society shall be entitled to attend. So auditors has the right to receive all the notice with respect to AGM, and he has the right to attend the general body meeting also. Points to consider by the auditors. What are the points to be considered? Whether they were in the list of panel of the auditors published in the website. That question has to be answered before acceptance of any audit. Whether they are eligible to do the audits of the societies with respect to categorization, because as I earlier told, B categorized chartered accountant can't do the A category cooperative society audit. So that has to be looked after. Whether appointment and audit fees fixation has been done in the general body. So you take a photocopy of the general body meeting minutes and confirm before the acceptance of the particular appointment. Whether written appointment letter to the auditor is given as per the rules prescribed. So take a written appointment letter from the concerned cooperative society. Whether he has given his consent for the appointment. So after that, whether the chartered accountant has been given for the consent for the particular appointment. Whether he is disqualified under any of the circumstance. As I earlier told, it may be completion of 2 years, or the particular chartered accountant has been removed from the list, or death case. So such thing has not to be happened. Okay, today's main area, that is auditing of cooperative. Section 63(4), audit of cooperative society shall include. So ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳು ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೇಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Audit shall include examination of overdue debts, if any, physical verification and valuation of assets and liabilities, verification of cash balances and securities, certification of profit or loss, compliance with the transparency law, compliance with the other applicable law, compliance with the instruction of NABARD and RBI, examination of working and other particulars prescribed. So, illi tanka what we do the audit in the normal course like company audits like that, these are all okay. But last idiyala, examination of working and other particulars prescribed, that is the time bomb, or that is the game changer, or that is the trump card in the cooperative audit. That is the difference. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ examination of working and other particulars prescribed, where it is prescribed in the rule. Which rule? 29 sub rule 2. 29 sub rule 2, proviso to 29 sub rule 2 says the audit shall, in addition to financial audit, also includes propriety audit. So just balance sheet audit ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ cooperative audit ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. You have to do the propriety audit. What is the difference between propriety audit and the financial audit? Propriety audit ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ even general body convene ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ rule 14, I think 14 AK like that, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೇನು ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ. ಸೊ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 27 ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ AGM ಹೇಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಇದೆಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಹಿತ ನಾವು ಆಡಿಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಪ್ರೈಟಿ ಆಡಿಟ್. ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಂಪ್ನೀಸ್ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವೆದರ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಿಸ್ಅಪ್ರೋಪ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಗಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಈವನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೈನ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಹಿತ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಟ್, ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ದ ರೂಲ್ಸ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಸಹಿತ ನಾವಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆಡಿಟ್. Rule 29 sub rule 2, examination of programs and activities with respect to objectives specified in the bylaws, verification of the original receipt and vouchers about the genuinity and propriety, examination of transaction of the board members, examination of recruitment and promotion of employees, include their service conditions and disciplinary action. ಸೊ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟು ಅದನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಕಂಪ್ನೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಲೆಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಹಿತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೊಪ್ರೈಟಿ ಆಡಿಟ್. Next, examination of service provided to the members and extent of utilization of said service from the members, by the members or directors. So ಇದನ್ನ ಸಹಿತ ನಾವು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ದ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಚ್ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಬೈ ದ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾನು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ದ ಏರಿಯಾ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ ಆಡಿಟ್ಸ್. Compliance with transparency and other related laws to the extent applicable to the society. Certification of profit actually realized and loss actually incurred. Coming to loss, it is accrual. Coming to profit, it is receipt. This is the difference. That means hybrid system of accounting in cooperative society. Submission of accounts. As earlier told, it is the board responsibility to submit the records and books of accounts to our audit ಬಿಫೋರ್ 30th of April ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಯರ್. ಸೊ 30th April ಒಳಗೆ ಅವರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಲೇಟ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ದ CEOs ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ. ವಾಟ್ ಯೂಶಲಿ ದೇ ವಿಲ್, ನಮಗೆ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವ್ರು ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗದೆ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂದ ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ತರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇವ್ರು ನೋಡೋದೇ ಕಡಿಮೆ ನೋಡಲಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 31 ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ 31 ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನೋಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಆಗಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಆ ಥರ ಕೇಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲೂ ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿ ಆಸ್ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ 63(7) ವೈಲೇಷನ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಎನಿ ಕಾಯ್ದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಎನಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾಯ್ದೆ ಕಾನೂನು ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಯಮ ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದಿದೆ. ಖಂಡಿಕೆ 13-12 ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 63(7) ಅನ್ನೋ ವೈಲೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಒಂದು ಅಕ್ನಾಲೆಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನನಗೆ ಇಂಥ ದಿನ ಅವರು ಬುಕ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ 30th April ಒಳಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ, ಸಮ್ಹೌ ಟುಮಾರೋ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಏನೋ ಬಿಟ್ಟೋಗಿದೆ, ನಾವು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸೇವ್ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನಾಟ್ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ನಾಳೆ ಮಿಸ್ಅಪ್ರೋಪ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಾಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ನಂಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡದೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ದಾರಿ ಇರುತ್ತಷ್ಟೆ. 29(1) records to be maintained by the society. There are various records to be maintained by the society. I think the material has been shared with you, so you can go through all these things: receipt and payment, income and expenditure, administration and management, business operations, every contact made with the members and those having business relationship with the society, loans and advances to the members and recovery of such loans, its assets and liabilities, all purchase and sales of goods, production, process and manufacturing, utilization of material of labor. These are all the checklists that you have to submit with the cooperative society and get it ready before going for the audit. So 29 sub rule 1 ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ ತೆಗೆದು ನೀವು ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ, ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಆಡಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. And it shall maintain the original registration certificate, bylaw with the registered amendments, service rules with up-to-date amendments, its business rules, subsidiary regulations with up-to-date amendments, Cooperative Societies Act, and rules with up-to-date amendments, other law books applicable to its business and administration, etc. It shall also keep such accounts, books, and registers in connection with business of the society as Register of Cooperative Society may from time to time require. So these are all the records to be maintained by the Cooperative Society. Section 63(14). Auditors shall inquire. So these are all the new words that we are going to hear in a cooperative. Auditors shall inquire whether loans and advances made based on the security is properly secured. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಲೋನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಲೋನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಿರಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಏರಿಯಾ. ನಾವು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ whether the loans and advances made based on the security is properly secured, that we have to inquire. Whether sanction terms are not prejudicial to the interest of the society or its members. Whether mere book entry transactions are not prejudicial to the interest of the society. Whether personal expenses have been charged. If the shares are allotted for cash, then cash has been actually been received and position stated in the books and financials is correct. So these are the things that we have to look after. 6312, re-audit. If it appears to the general body ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಏನೋ ಮಿಸ್ಅಪ್ರೋಪ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಫ್ರಾಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಸರಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಆದ್ರೆ ಜನರಲ್ ಬಾಡಿನೇ ಈ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದ re-audit. But there is a condition that for re-audit they have to choose a different auditor. ಸೇಮ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ re-auditಗೆ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವು ಕೇಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನವರು ಬೇರೆ ಆಡಿಟರ್ನ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು re-audit ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಏನೋ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿದೆ, ಇದು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಪರಿಚಯ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ನನ್ನೇ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡಿ, ನಾನು ಸರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ re-audit. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಥರ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಅದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಬೇರೆ re-audit ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಸುತ್ತೆ. And the same provisions, act and rules will be applicable for the re-audit also. So audit again apply agatto section 63 ಮತ್ತೆ rule 29. Same rules and section is applicable for re-audit also. If it appears to the state government, idu nan first ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು general body. State government ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು if the appears to the state government on an application made by the cooperative society or otherwise that it is necessary or expected to do the re-audit the accounts of the society, the state government may by order provide for such re-audit. State government may also order for the re-audit. Such re-audit shall be ordered only when there is a prima facie case of fraud, misappropriation or embezzlement of funds not detected or properly examined by the auditor during the regular audit, or misclassification of accounts, or for any other valid reason with a view to truly reflect the financial position of the society. So these are the areas where re-audit can be issued by the state government. As I earlier told, general body as well as state government. 6313A. A director of cooperative audit, subject to approval of the state government, shall have power to re-examine or re-verify particular account or accounts of the audited accounts of any cooperative society pertaining to preceding 5 financial years, and instruct the concerned auditor to rectify the lapses observed during the re-examination or re-verification in the next audit report to be issued. There are some cases. Recently in North Karnataka, some departmental guys has verified and issued some instruction. But ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವೆದರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ಸ್ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಡೆಪ್ಯೂಟಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅದನ್ನ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರಯರ್ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಂಡೇಟರಿ. ಪ್ರಯರ್ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಎನಿ ಆಡಿಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ 5 years. ಸೊ ಹಿಂದಿನ 5 ವರ್ಷದ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವ್ರು ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಹಿಂದಿನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಕನ್ವೀನಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ರಿಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 6313A. ಸೊ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. 29(4). While examining the irregularities mentioned in clause A and B of section 6317, auditor or auditing firm, this is nothing but embezzlement of funds and fraud. ಆ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ auditing firm shall exercise such due care, due diligence, skill as intelligent, prudent person. Due care, due diligence, okay. Skill as intelligent, nowhere it is defined. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಭಾರ ಹಾಕಬೇಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಭಾರ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೂ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇದೆಯೋ, ನಾಳೆ ಫ್ರಾಡು ಎಂಬೆಸಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಸೇಫ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಇದೇನು ಸಣ್ಣ ವಿಷಯ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಅಕ್ನಾಲಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಥಿಂಗ್. ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರಾಡ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರಾಡ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ 100% ಪಕ್ಕಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ನಾಳೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕವರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಗ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಶೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು. These are the 20 audit report format that has been prescribed in Sahakara Darpana, and another 7 which has not been yet to be prescribed. These are retail, marketing, education institution, transportation society, water resource societies, hospitals, printing press, general purpose. So they may come up with the new report format for these type of institutions that we see. At present, the reporting requirement can be divided into 4. One is mandatory, obligatory, optional, and additional. Mandatory, which has to be reported as per the requirement of the Act. Obligatory, which are to be given to give a fair view of the cooperative. Optional, which throw light on the strength and weakness of the cooperative. Additional, which are in the nature of suggestions to improve overall efficiency and financial results of the cooperative. Reporting structure, nothing. Section 63:15. Auditor shall make a report on the account examined by him, every balance sheet and profit and loss account, and other documents or annexure annexed to the balance sheet and profit and loss account. So he has to make a report on profit and loss, balance sheet, and all other documents and annexures. Shall state, audit report shall state whether in his opinion or to the best of his information and according to the explanation given to him, the said accounts give the information required by this act in the manner so required and give a true and fair. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ನಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೇಫ್ ಇರೋದು. They are saying true and fair, not like in GSTR 9 select true and correct. So at least ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ we can breathe. So ಆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ same thing as SC 700, nothing change. So you have to give whether the balance sheet, position of the balance sheet and the profit for the year is true and fair. Section 63:16. The report shall also state whether he has obtained all information explanation which to the best of his knowledge and belief were necessary for the purpose of audit. State whether proper books of accounts have been kept. Nothing but SA 700. No changes. Only thing is they had put it in the section. So these are all covered under SA 700. Section 63:18. The report shall also state the reason for the answers which is given negative or with a qualifying observation with respect to matters of section 14A subsection B, 15 subsection A and B, 16A to D. That is nothing but true and fair view and all this, whether the books has been submitted and whether proper books of accounts has been maintained, these things. If the answer is negative, then you have to qualify your report. Section 63:17 says about audit report for the fraud and misappropriation. All particulars of the defects of or irregularities observed in the audit, and in case of financial irregularities and misappropriation or embezzlement of funds or frauds, the auditor auditing firm shall investigate and report the report. So here the word investigate. So here you will not be just an auditor. Now you are a investigator. So the police power ಸಹಿತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂಡರ್ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಸೊಸೈಟೀಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. IO ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಟ್? ಮೋಡಸ್ ಆಪರೆಂಡಿ, ದ ಎಂಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ and fix the responsibility. These things has to be mandatorily done when fraud and misappropriation reporting. So it is mandatory. 63:17 continues, for such misappropriation, embezzlement of funds or fraud, you have to fix the responsibility, no? On whom? On the members of the board, the employees of the society, or any other person, as the case may be, with all necessary evidence. That means you must have proper evidence in your hand. Then only you can report or you can fix the responsibility on whom the fraud has to be initiated. Accounting irregularities and their implication on the financial statement to be indicated in detail in the report with the corresponding effects on the profit and loss account. So its corresponding effect on profit and loss account has to be reported. 63:17 audit report shall include functioning of AGM. As I earlier told, it is a proprietary audit. So you have to report functioning of AGM, board and subcommittees of the society to be checked, and any irregularities or violation observed reported, duly fixing the responsibility for such irregularities or violation, all the schedules and other statements as may be prescribed. This is nothing but fraud reporting. While fraud reporting, what are the points to be considered? whether there is any misappropriation, embezzlement of funds or fraud identified. First, flash report to the directors or concerned deputy director of the cooperative audit has to be given. Initial FIR ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಒಂಥರ, ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಫ್ರಾಡ್ ಕಂಡಿಡಿದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಈ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫ್ರಾಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲಾಶ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಮೋಡಸ್ ಆಪರೆಂಡಿ ಆಫ್ ಸಚ್ misappropriation or embezzlement of funds or fraud. Whether board has analyzed the loss, what is the expected amount which is analyzed, who is the person responsible, what are the measures taken by the cooperative, how the loss can be overcome, what are the steps implemented so that the same may not occur. These are all has to be covered in your reporting aspect of in case of fraud and misappropriation. 29 Sub-Rule 3 says the board of every cooperative society shall ensure that annual financial statements like receipt and payment, income and expenditure, profit and loss and balance sheet, along with the schedules and other statements, this is nothing but A to Z schedules of Rule 29 Sub-Rule 3, were prepared and presented for the audit before the auditor auditing firms within 30 days of the close of the cooperative year, that is nothing but 30th April. These are nothing but A to Z schedules. 26 schedules has been mentioned in 29 Sub-Rule 3. I think the material has been shared, so you can go through one by one. (29B) Sub-Rule 11. The audit report shall also contain schedules and statements with particulars of all transactions which appear to be contrary to the provisions of the Act, rules or bylaws of the cooperative society, all transactions which appear to be contrary to the guidelines issued by the RBI and National Bank, schedules and statements as in the Rule 29.3, duly verified and certified. So, as per Rule 29B Sub-Rule 11, every schedule, that means A to Z schedules, has to be verified by us and it has to be certified by us. So that's why they are asking each page has to be chota signature has to be done for all schedules. So for this reason. So to sum up, what are the enclosures to be there in an audit report? Main audit report SA 700, or it may be qualified report like SA 705, 706, that is left to you. I put it just a clean report, SA 700 with UDIN. And section 63, 15 and 16 as earlier discussed. Detailed audit report, that is the audit report format that has been downloaded by the Sakara Darpana. Financial statement, receipt and payment, profit and loss, balance sheet, and specified, all specified schedules, whichever is applicable, A to Z. So your audit report must contain all these information. 63.8, submission of audit report. The auditor or auditing firm shall conduct and complete the audit of accounts as provided for in this act or the rules, and send copies of the audit report and communicate the results of the audit to cooperative society, registrar of cooperative society, director of cooperative audit, finance bank or credit agency. So it is the auditor's duty to submit the audit report to all these four parties, not the duty of the cooperative society. So in case if you are sending any audit report to the concerned DD or JD through the cooperative society, just a covering letter has to be done in your letterhead and get it signed, not through the society. So it is not the proper procedure. Within first day of September every year. So as per section, it says first day of September every year. So ನೀವು ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ 30ನೇ ತಾರೀಕಿಗೆ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ರು ಸಹಿತ ನೀವು ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ 1ನೇ ತಾರೀಕಿಗೆ ಆಡಿಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಡಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಜೆಡಿಗೆ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಅಂತ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೂಲ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೇಸ್, ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, within 30 days from the date of completion of audit or before first day of September, whichever is earlier. So now I left to you whether a rule can override the section. No. ಈ ಥರ ಕೇಸ್ಗಳು ತುಂಬ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು 30 days ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಆಡಿಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಶೋಕಾಸ್ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಕೊಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಕೇಸ್ ನಡೆದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನೌ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ರಿಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಓವರ್ ರೈಡ್ ದ ರೂಲ್ಸ್. ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕಲಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನೀವು ಆಡಿಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. auditor. So access to income information. So every member has the right to access the information with respect to books of accounts and bylaws and other related matters at the regular transaction of its business with such member. So the society has to keep in regular transaction of business with such member, has to give the access to such books of accounts. It is the duty of the society. Vote of members, section 20. No members or no representative of the society shall have more than one vote. So proxy vote is also not allowed and more than one vote is not allowed under cooperative society. At the same way, a nominal member, associate member doesn't have any voting power in the general body as well as election. An individual member who is a defaulter is also not eligible for the voting in the general body as well as election, and who has become member of the society not later than 12 months prior to the date of such general body meeting or election. So these are all things has to be taken care. So see, what is the dimension of the cooperative audit? So you have to go through all these things. So it will be very difficult. So the only rescue is management representation letter, but I don't know to what extent it will save us, but that is the only recourse. There is no other choice. Final authority in cooperative, section 26, as I earlier told, general body meeting is the final authority. There is no other, even director is also not supreme. General body is the supreme. Section 27, annual general body meeting. Almost 24 points has been included in the particular section 27. So all these points has to be considered in the AGM resolution. Whether it is applicable or not applicable, that is different, but it has to be discussed. So it is very important. Return to the registrar, section 27B. Almost 7 returns has to be submitted to the registrar every year within 6 months of the completion of the cooperative year. That is 30th September. What are the things? One is annual report of activities of the society. Next one is audited statements of the accounts. Plan for disposal of the surplus as approved by the general body. List of amendments to the bylaws as approved by the general body. Declaration regarding the date of holding of general body meeting and conduct of election when due. Misappropriation and embezzlement of funds. Any other information required by the registrar in pursuance of any provisions of this act. This has to be verified by the auditor for previous year. That means if you are going for the audit for 21-22, this has to be complied for 2021. Whether it has been complied or not, you have to report it. That means whether all these return has been submitted to the registrar within 30th of April. Just submitting the audit report is not suffice. All these 6 things has to be submitted. (28A) management of cooperative society. That is nothing but it may be based on the taluka level or district level, number of directors 11, 13. So it has to be seen. Disqualification from the board, section 29C. if he is interested directly in a particular cooperative society, he is not eligible for appointment as a director of the particular cooperative society. If he carries same kind of business, then he is not eligible to be appointed as the director of the board. So these are the disqualification that we have to, if such disqualification is there, we have to report it in your audit report. And 39A, conduct of election. Conduct of election is the primary and basic duty of the board of directors. It is not the duty of the society. So board of directors has to conduct the election as soon as the term has been completed. Section 56, mobilization of funds. So cooperative society can mobilize funds through deposits, loans, share capital, like that. So in which form they have been mobilized? It has to be mobilized through its members, its depositors, or any other person, institution, or organization to such extent and such subject to such condition as may be specified in the bylaws of the cooperative society. That means that mobilization of fund must be as per the act and the rules. If there is any violation, you have to report in your audit report. Section 57, net profit and disposal. As the director rightly told that net profit must be on receipt basis. The income must be on receipt basis. Expenditure must be on accrual basis. So for calculating net profit, there is no, that means, sir, I have to comply with the income tax law, so I have to consider the accrual income. No. For calculation of net profit under a Cooperative Societies Act, it must be for receipt. For income, it is receipt. For expenditure, it is accrual. While calculating net profit, you have to consider various things. That means 25% has to be apportioned to the reserve fund and 2% to the corporate education fund and various other funds. After that, the remaining portion will be given as the dividend. That too, the dividend must not exceed 25% of the net profit. Investment of funds, section 58 specifically says the funds must be invested, the funds of the cooperative society must be invested either in the government savings bank, or in the deposits specified in the Indian Trust Acts, and in any other cooperative society or cooperative bank. Restrictions on borrowings. A cooperative society shall receive deposits and loans only to such extent and such and under such conditions as may be specified in the bylaws. So bylaw will provide what are the things for which the borrowings can be done. Notwithstanding anything contained in subsection 1, general body of the cooperative society shall have the power to permit the society to borrow from the credit agency subject to such conditions as may be stipulated, provided that such resolution is valid till the date of next agent. That means a borrowings can be given acceptance by the general body meeting only for 1 year. Once again, if the particular cooperative society is going for the borrowing for next year, it has to take once again approval from the general body meeting. So that is mandatory. Section 60, restrictions on loan. A cooperative society shall not make loan to any person other than member. So for deposits or borrowings, there is no such condition. That means it has to borrow from the member. There is no such condition. But coming to the loan, it says a cooperative society shall not make loan to any person other than member. So they can't make loan to the non-members. Provident fund. So a cooperative society can formulate its own provident fund, but only thing is there are some conditions: shall not be used in the business of the society, shall not form part of the assets of the society, and shall not be liable to attachment or be subject to any other process of the court or other authority. So due to lack of time, I am rushing now. So these are the important rules. So these are the various standards on auditing which we have to comply in cooperative audit. These are the various acts. This is just a illustrative list. This is not the exhaustive. That has to comply. Challenges in cooperative. Involvement of the board and their personal interest. This is the first challenge that we face in cooperative audit. Lack of professionalism in the administration. Inaccuracy or incompleteness in maintaining the documents. Lack of accounting knowledge for the staff. Wrong classification of assets. Not adhered to the legal compliances. Not knowing the importance of the audit. These are the challenges that we have to face. Expectation from the department: conduct audit in the client place itself, audit of printed books and records and also sign, independent and integrated reporting, communication with previous year auditor, attending general meeting, following the professional ethics, be a friend, philosopher, and guide. This is the expectation from the department. Cooperative audit cycle that I earlier told, FAQs. Yes. Is it mandatory to give the report in Kannada? The act and rules is subject only to Karnataka. Karnataka government has made mandatory to correspond in Kannada. Most of the cooperative is situated in rural area. Most of the cooperative can understand Kannada very well. The purpose will be served if the report is given in Kannada. Department of Cooperative has asked for the report in Kannada. Kannada language. Report shall be given in Kannada. Let we start to learn Kannada. Let we recruit one who know Kannada well. Let us use software like Nudi, Baraha, Tunga, etc. Let us use translators such as Wikipedia, Google. Content of report is more important than format. As we all know, the ultimate responsibility is on one who signed the audit report. Now it's your turn. Any question? Please. Thank you. I thank the Bangalore branch for giving me this opportunity. For the lack of time, I rushed through some topics. Sorry for the inconvenience. And I think I had given justice for the given subject to me. Thank you once again.
That was really a wonderful session by CA Shriram SS. Very informative, detailed, and I'm pretty sure that we have gained a lot of knowledge from today's session by Mr. Shriram SS. I would like to call Mr. Manjunath Hallur, who is the treasurer of Bangalore branch ICI, to give a small token of appreciation to CA Shriram SS. A round of applause, please. Thank you. Thank you so much.